What's good, y'all? I already know where y'all at. It's your boy Star Jones, and it's a new episode of Star Views. It's about to start right now. So please, I hope you got your hookah ready, and I hope you got your cups full of whatever ready, because I got a lot to talk about, alright? Know what's going on. Star Jones, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already done so. Please and thanks, you heard? Good, folks, it's your man Star Jones. I'm back with another lovely episode of Star Views. This is going to be one of two this weekend. As I told you guys in my Chop It Up video, we had two movies that's actually dropping this weekend, one of which I seen last night. So I'm definitely going to sit down with y'all right now and tell you about it. This movie we're going to talk about right now is Escape Room League of Champions. Tournament of Champions. My bad. Escape Room Tournament of Champions. This is the sequel to the movie that came out in 2019. I actually watched the first film out of boredom. This was during quarantine. I didn't see it in the movie theaters back in 2019 just because it didn't really necessarily pique my interest when I seen it. But during quarantine, I was in the crib bored, like most of us, and decided to watch it. It ended up being better than I anticipated. So at the conclusion of that film, we was clued in that there would be a sequel. So, you know, I was kind of, I'm going to say kind of, I was actually looking forward to seeing it because, again, as I stated, the first film was actually a lot better than I thought. So, Escape Room, Tournament of Champions, we're going to talk about it. I will not be smoking hookah right now because this is the start of a weekend and I know it's going to be a lot of hookah consumption. So, I will not be participating with you guys. I apologize now. You know what I'm saying? I'm sure you guys will be mad, but I will get a drink with you guys. I'm going to go situate that right now and I'll be right back. Alright, we're going to get right into it and talk about what happened. And FYI, there will be spoilers, so if you didn't see the movie, spin the block, come back once you see it, alright? Cool. So, Escape Room Tournament of Champions. Before I get into what actually transpires in the second film, I'm going to give you a little background on the first film. So pretty much, the film is about this multi-billion-dollar company who likes to provide enjoyment and entertainment for high-end clienteles, and that entertainment comes in the way of putting people in escape rooms like you guys are used to in real life. When you go to these rooms, you pay bread, and you know, you pay to get a little excitement, you know, feel some adrenaline, feel like you're in a situation or a circumstance where your life is on the line. But in the case in this movie, the escape rooms is really that. If you don't win, you die. And again, the name of this company is Minos. In the sequel, they actually give a little background about the company, and pretty much define what they do like that. If you think about back in the day with the gladiators in the Coliseum, people back then would pay whatever little money they had to go see people slaughter each other in such savagery. And it's sad, but it's true. It's weird. Human beings, people in society like to see wild shit like that. So pretty much that's their target market. So they're in the business of taking people off the street and putting them in these awkward situations with life or death, and people pay to see that. So Minos goes about reeling in people to come and participate in the escape rooms unknowingly, unbeknownst. So now in the second film, we bump into our protagonists from the first film by the name of Zoe and Ben. I believe this is only maybe a couple months after the events of the first film, because Zoe says something about it's only been a few weeks or something like that, so we can only assume maybe a couple months. And she's pretty much, at the end of the first film, she was pretty much trying to figure out who this corporation was, and her motivation now was to take down said corporation, Minos. Well, we have Ben. Ben is just kind of happy that he got out that situation and just wants to live a peaceful life and not have to worry about potentially dying in another escape room. So Zoe ends up convincing Ben to go with her on this adventure to New York to find out exactly what's going on with the company and to put them on Front Street and hopefully get them shut down for good forever. So pretty much they end up in New York. They end up going to the building where they thought was headquarters, HQ, ends up being this abandoned building. So of course, and I guess because they're so upset, that they drove all the way from Chicago to New York just to find an empty building. You know, they was a little defeated. They end up finding themselves on a subway train. And this is when the Escape Room Tournament of Champions begins. They bump into a few other people that survived escape rooms, and now at this point they're thrusted back into this hostile game, so to speak, and they have to pretty much get themselves out. So that's pretty much the film. It's a simple plot, and again, it picks up not too long after the events of the first film, and we pretty much watch Zoe and Ben navigate through these difficult escape room games and puzzles. And of course, at the cost, people die, people lose their lives, or so we think. Spoiler. So yeah, that's that. That's the movie. When I come back, I'm going to let you guys know whether or not you should see it, what the pros and cons of the film are, and ultimately what I'm going to rate it. My favorite part. So when I get back, we're going to talk about that. So I'll see y'all in a second. So, we're at that point in the show where I like to let you guys know whether or not you should see the film, what the pros and cons are, and ultimately what I'm going to rate the film. As far as the pros and cons go, there aren't really too many of either. There's not too many pros in the film. One pro I will say, I like the continuity of the timeline. I don't like movies that take forever for a sequel. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that they jumped right into this and they didn't waste a lot of time, I could appreciate. I don't like movies that take place 20 years after the events of the previous film. It's kind of like, at this point, we don't care. You know, so much time is going by in between. It's just like, it's too much. Just like in real life, if something goes by, if too much time goes by without action, you kind of just lose interest, and that's kind of how it is when I feel like when I'm watching movies. If too much time in the movie universe or the movie timeline goes by, I kind of lose interest, and the story just has to be that much better. But I do like the fact that it picked up not too long after the events of the first film. One pro / con is we see a character from the first film. It's a big plot twist. I won't say big, but it's a plot twist in the movie. Like I said, there will be spoilers in this episode. There's a character from the first film, I won't violate and tell you who though, that comes back and surprises us at like one of the final acts of the film. And that's a pro. We like plot twists. But the con is, did nothing. She didn't really... My bad. This character didn't really contribute too much to anything, if at all. And then after the events of her contributing, she just disappeared. We didn't see her again for the rest of the film. So it was just kind of like wasted time. We could have just did the script without her. Because you got us hyped up for nothing. Cons of the film, I just think the movie was very basic. Story is very simple. And again, I don't think... I won't even hold that against the film because again, I'm sure their approach to this wasn't to be this super complex movie. So I won't hold that against them. But very basic all around. Everything was regular. Acting was regular. Casting was regular. Music was regular. The CGI wasn't that much. Everything was kind of regular. So with that said, I'm going to score this movie. Oh wait, I'm lying. Before I give you that, here's another con. In the trailer, could you go reference my live reaction video? In the trailer, okay, the first movie, it was like a fake post-credit scene. They showed what looked to be like an airplane escape room that they were testing and trying to implement in their escape room challenges, right? That piqued my interest. So I was like, all right, cool. I want to see how they're going to do this airplane thing in the sequel. Never saw the airplane escape room in this film. But at the end of the film, we do see Zoe and Ben on a flight. And then ultimately, spoiler alert, I guess it becomes an escape room and the movie ends. So with that said, it's going to be a third film. Don't know how excited I am about it because again, I'm disappointed that we didn't see the airplane escape room. So it's like, y'all showed us the escape room plane at the end of the first film, didn't show it at all until the end again in the second film, and now we have to wait till the third film, if there's a third film. So yeah, that's another gripe I have with the film. So now, rating. I'm going to give this movie 5 stars. It was very basic. It was very plain Jane-ish. Again, I personally didn't have high expectations for this one, just like I didn't have for the first one. but the first film was a lot better. If had I graded that, it probably would have got a 6.5. And again, a 6.5 is good when you consider that I didn't have high expectations at all. I was expecting something lower, but the sequel, yeah, just didn't do much justice. I think the first film was a lot better. I feel like the challenges in the first film was more ramped up. It was more intense. And it left the audience kind of like, oh shit. Like, I never felt oh shit. You know what I'm saying? I use that as an example a lot because y'all feel it. Because when something's crazy, I'll be like, oh shit. So, yeah, I'm going to give it 5 stars. Plain Jane, super plain Jane. I would say not to go to the movies and see this. I would wait till it's on a streaming platform. It's a cool movie if you're in the crib, you know what I'm saying, bored, and you want to smoke hookah and relax. Yeah, this is something because it's not even that long. It's an hour and 20 minutes. So, with that said, 5 stars. Moving on. Space Jam will be the next movie I will be reviewing on Star Views. So check out for that. That will be this weekend. Space Jam actually dropped today on HBO Max as well as the theaters. So you guys could definitely check it out. Today being Friday. You guys probably won't see this till Saturday. So, but yeah, y'all already know what's going on. It's Star Jones. I appreciate your time. I will see y'all very, very, very soon. Yeah, y'all be good. How y'all be good. Oh, y'all still here? Appreciate y'all for sticking around, man. But I don't got no more hookah. But what I do have is more content on my YouTube channel. So please, if you haven't done so already, hit that red button and subscribe. Hit the bell so you get notified as soon as I post anything. Alright? And if you haven't already followed me on social media, here's my information. Make sure y'all follow up. Appreciate it. Y'all still here, man. That's valid. Have a good one.